Hello guys, mga boss. Magandang gabi. Kumusta kayo dyan? Ito, paalis kami ngayon. Papunta kami sa isang trip sa Thessaloniki, mga kasamang Filipino. Ayan, kasama ko kaming asawa at si Jeron. Hindi makakasama si Jeron hindi kasi nagpaalam.
Pero
Kaya
pwede naman, Jeron?
kami dalawang ni Mrs. at ibang mga kasama nating Pilipino. Ayan, labas na kami. Hindi na kami ng taxi. Men, doon na kami. Thank you. Thank you. Alis na kami ngayon sa bahay.
Bye!
Medyo, madilim na. Medyo masama ang panahon mamayang madaling araw at bukas. Dahil sabi sa balita dito sa Greece, may pag-ulan-ulan. Time check tayo ngayon, 9:30 ng gabi. Medyo malayo ang biyahe. Yan si Mrs. medyo madilim eh. Medyo malayo ang biyahe, 6 hours daw ang biyahe. Sakay ng bus. Kaya alis ang bus ng 12 ng ating gabi. Kaya papunta na kami ngayon sa center ng Athens. Doon kami magkikita-kita, doon ang meeting place. Yan si Mrs. Dito lang kami ng bus. Puro Filipino yung mga kasama namin doon. Kabayan natin. Punta kami sa sa Thessaloniki. First time namin pupunta doon. At sabi nila yun ang dating center ng Athens. Medyo malayo-layo yung biyahe. Sorry. Dating center ng Greece. Yung Thessaloniki. Yan. Tayo lang kami ng taxi. Hindi pa pala nakasara yung pinto. Jeron! Isa pang pindot. Thank you. Thank you.
Wala na tayo nalimutan.
Wala na. Dala ko yung Doc Pasco. Gabi dito. Medyo malamig. 23 degrees. Bukas, lalong mas malamig bukas. Tsaka mamaya. Mga 16 degrees lang yata mamaya. Tsaka bukas. Dahil maulan. Pero sana, pagdating natin doon, sana walang ulan para makapagpasyal tayo, makaikot, di ba? Para may masulit naman natin at ma-enjoy. Ayan.
Ito yung bagong doktas na.
Oo.
10:30.
Paano? See you na lang mamaya pagka nasa Athens na kami. Bye-bye!
Ate Josie, say hi. Hi. Manila, Matimina. Hello. Yung mga gusto sa likod.
Ito na kami sa aming first destination sa Kampala, Philippines. Ayan yung mga kasama nating Medyo maulan. Natapat ang aming trip ng bad weather dito pero pambundong lang naman. Yan si Kuya Bernie. Hi. I-edit ko mamaya, ilalagay ko sa YouTube. Ayan si Mrs. Ito kami ngayon sa Kabala, malapit sa Thessaloniki. Mamaya after nito siguro maglalunch kami sa Thessaloniki, sa dating center ng Greece. Pasensya na sa video kung medyo magalaw dahil wala tayong stabilizer. Ayan, free daw ang entrance kaya walang bayad. Malibre tayo. Ay, ba makasama?
Free. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's free.
Ayan, sabi ni Kuya JR, free daw ang ticket. Ayan si Kuya JR, siya nag-arrange ng patrip natin dito. Siya masipag na nag-arrange. Itong Kabala na to is dati siyang temple nung sinaunang panahon. Susunod na vlog natin, papasyal natin kayo sa Acropolis. Yung Acropolis na yon, yun ang, kung nakanood ka kayo ng pinikula ng Hercules, yun ang temple na yon. Yan ang susunod natin iba-vlog. Kabala. Dahil sa harapan, sa gitna. Kita natin. Simple lang ang lugar pero yung ano dito yung history ng lugar na to. Dati siyang temple. Yan ba natin makakasama? Isang bus kami. Puro Filipino. Medyo malamig. 16 degrees lang ngayon dito. Kaya yung iba nakakapote, nakakabupan. Yan. Si Mrs. Mamaya na.
May wala. Meron ba? Akala ko wala.
Nakuha mo ate?
Mira.
Mamaya na lang tayo picture. Bakit mo pinatay na?
Sana si to, Thessaloniki. Ximeromada.
Explain daw niya.
Hello everyone. Are we all here?
Okay, we're listening.
First things first. Let's make a prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, let us have a prayer. Allah, come. Allah. As the village is called Krini, it was the first people who came from Thassos. Thassos was the island opposite to Kavala. Did you go to Kavala? Yeah. Okay, Kavala, if you read in the Bible, is Neapolis, is the place where Apostle Paul came. It was the port that is mentioned in the Bible that Apostle Paul came from Minor Asia, from modern Turkey. So he saw, first of all, he saw a dream. Have you heard in the Bible that he was planning to go to the depths of Minor Asia, and then he sees a vision. The Holy Spirit is not allowing them to go there furthermore. And there is a Macedonian man, you know, with ancient Greek armor, appearing to his dream, says, "Come to Macedonia and help us." So they decide to change route, and they come first to Neapolis, which is modern Kavala. Ευγέννη, σε παίρνω σε 2 λεπτά εγώ γιατί κάνω tourist guide τώρα, εντάξει, σε παίρνω, έλα σε φιλώ.
Paul is calling you.
Why don't you here in so down?
And it's okay.
Wala, please, because I can't see you.
Okay.
Better.
Joanna is taking videos, you know.
Like a photo.
So here what happened here? In 460 we have the first Greeks that they are colonizing the place, and they come to the village which has the same name. It was not called Philippi, but then they ask the assistance of Philip II, which is the father of Alexander the Great, to come here and help her. They had some external danger from some enemies. So Philip II grasps the idea that it's a very crucial place, this one that we see here. He came, he conquered, he helped them, those colonizers. So he established a city here, which is called after his name. Okay, Philippi, from Philip II. He's the father of Alexander the Great. Actually, just to give you an information, Alexander the Great was great because his father paved the way. Even for the conquer of Persia, he was the one giving the army, the territory. He subjugated people in Balkans, you know, generally speaking. So he prepared the army and he trained Alexander the Great for later invasion. Now, in the course of time, this place becomes a Roman colony. Okay, of course, Greek is not so important after. In the times that Apostle Paul comes here, is the Greco-Roman colony. So most of the things that we see here are not, there are Greeks mixed with Roman ruins. How we can distinguish, this is a tip that I give you for every place that you go archaeological site. When you see marble, it's Greek. When you see bricks, it's Roman. Romans were using bricks, okay? So you can see a mixture of that here. Of course, we are talking about Greco-Roman civilization, okay? Because the Romans, even though they have some very unique elements to bring to the culture, to the Western culture, architect, philosophy, you know, all these things, you know, of the civilization, but not law. Law is a Roman thing. But civilization is coming from Greeks. That's why we call it Greco-Roman civilization. They consider Greeks as brothers and sisters. So around 50 BC, this place is colonized by the Romans. And here is the first place that Paul is coming, so that he will give the message. Later, we are going to go to the chapel of Saint Lydia that we read in the Acts of the Apostles. The story of Lydia, the first lady who is coming from Minor Asia, but is here. We will go, we will see the river, and we will see part of Via Egnatia, Egnatia Odos. Via Egnatia was a road that it was connecting almost Constantinople with almost near to Ioannina and Igoumenitsa, and then you take the boat going to Italy. The Romans were building beautiful and very strong roads. Why? Because they wanted for trade reasons, so that traders will go freely and fast, and most importantly for the troops, for the legions to move fast to go for war. Okay, so also here, you know, when we are talking about Romans, then we have a sequence. You know, it's like Romans, Byzantines, which the Byzantine Empire is the Eastern Roman Empire. That's why I remind you that in the statue of Daniel that we see, for example, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and then we see Rome, it has two legs. Why? Because it was a point of time that the Roman Empire was separated in two different parts. The West Rome, that we know later it became the Latin Church, and the Eastern Rome. Actually, the Greeks, they were not calling themselves Greeks back then in the Byzantine times. They were calling Eastern Romans. Okay, so when Constantine the Great is coming, he is calling himself as Roman. So this place becomes, from the Romans, becomes Byzantine, and then becomes an Ottoman. You know, the one empire was inheriting the other one. There is a consequence there. So many of the things that you see there, for example, these ruins there is from a basilica. Okay, that it was built, it was a Christian temple. Okay, actually Philippi was one of the strongest communities in the Christian church. And we have also, and I urge you, for those of you that you are new into that, to read the epistle to Philippians. You know, we have an epistle that Apostle Paul, when he's going, Philippians is considered to be of the epistle, one of the epistles of his imprisonment in Rome. And he's writing with the good words to Philippians, you know, just telling them, okay, I will leave you to explore this beautiful letter of Paul, but he wrote here to this place. And actually the people in Macedonia, like Thessaloniki or Philippi, they were considered to be faithful and good churches, you know, that they had a very good reputation. They were even collecting offerings for the church in Jerusalem that it was under persecution. So we're talking about a very, the first and one of the very strong Christian communities, not in Greece, in the whole Western world. Okay, when we're talking from here, the gospel goes, listen, the trip, Neapolis, which is Kavala. It goes here, then it goes to Thessaloniki. Later we have two epistles, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, okay? Then it goes to Berea, chapter 17 of Acts, that we see that they were the most noble because they were checking according to the scriptures. Apostle Paul, if he was telling the truth.
Napakaganda ng chance na nakarating tayo dito. Kahit na medyo may konting pag-ulan-ulan. Ayan si Kuya Bling. Meron? Ayan. Kaya napaka-bless natin kahit na masungit ang panahon at umuulan at nakarating tayo dito. Hindi lahat ng tao na gusto pumunta dito ay nakakapunta. Kaya napakaswerte natin kahit papano. Napakaganda ng lugar. Ayan. Hello guys, good afternoon. Time check, 3:30 ng hapon ngayon dito sa Thessaloniki, Greece. Dito kami sa White Castle, kung tawagin nila sa Thessaloniki. Siyempre, hindi mawala, Commander. Si Mrs. kasama natin. At tayo dito. Ayan si Ate Rose. ito yung huling pupuntahan namin ngayong araw bago kami uwi ng Athens. Babalik kami ng Athens mamayang 4 o'clock. So, mabilis ang oras lang kami mamamasyal dito. Siguro hindi na kami papasok sa loob dahil 30 minutes na lang ang aming oras para mamasyal. Maglalakad-lakad na lang kami dito sa labas. Para mapakita na namin sa inyo ang view. Ayan. Paganda. Ayan, tabing dagat.
City of Macedon.
Napakalayo nitong Thessaloniki sa Athens. Kanina umalis kami 12 o'clock ng 12 midnight. Dumating kami dito sa Thessaloniki ng 8 in the morning. Kaso ang dami namin stopover. 4 times kami nag-stopover.